Now there's other verbs that behave exactly the same way. And those you'll see in your book. We just have a few examples here. For example, the cold bothers me. Okay? Now in your book, what's the infinitive of the verb to bother?
It's molestar.
Exactly. Okay? So instead of working with gustar in this sentence, we're going to use the verb molestar. But it behaves exactly the same way as gustar. So we're going to use the same rules and the same way of translating that we learned in these first 4 sentences. Okay? Now, the cold bothers me. If you remember, we had to kind of think of these sentences in reverse order to be able to translate it. So in this case, you could say, for example, the cold is bothersome to me. And then you get that to me, which tells you which indirect object pronoun to use. Okay? So, for me, what are we going to use? To me.
Me.
Me, exactly. And we'll leave a blank right now for our verb. How do we say the cold?
Frío.
Right. And once again, with these verbs, you have to include the article. So what article would I include with frío?
El frío. Because
Exactly.
it's masculine.
Exactly. Muy bien. Okay. So here we have it. El frío bothers me. The cold bothers me. So, this is our subject, and our verb, molestar, has to match this. Now, is that singular or plural?
It's singular.
Exactly. So what form of molestar are we going to use?
We are going to use the third person singular,
Right, which is?
molesta.
Exactly. Okay. So there we have it. Me molesta el frío. Cold is bothersome to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, now it does.
All right, let's do another set here. We have my family matters to me. Now this one's nice because we have that to me already built in there, so that one should be a little bit easier to translate. What's our infinitive for the verb that means to matter in Spanish?
Importar.
Exactly. So you could also say, my family is important to me, if that would help you with the translation. Okay? So we already see that to me is what we're talking about here. So what indirect object pronoun am I going to use?
Me.
Exactly. Okay? So once again, let's just skip the verb for now, and let's talk about what it is that matters to me, my family. How would we write that in Spanish?
Mi familia.
Okay. Okay, mi familia. Now, is that singular or plural?
That's singular.
Right. So what form of importar are we going to use?
The singular.
Which
Third
is?
person. Importa.
Exactly. Exactly. So my family is important to me, or my family matters to me. Alright? Now let's just take it look at one last sentence here. His family matters to him. Alright? So this one's going to be very, very similar to this one. But our biggest difference is to whom the family matters. That's going to change your indirect object pronoun. So for to him, what are we going to use?
We're going to use le.
Exactly. Okay, that's to him. Now it's his family. So what are we going to use for that?
Su familia.
Muy bien. Okay, now is that singular still?
It is singular.
Alright, so what are we going to use for our verb?
The same.
Exactly.
Importa.
Okay, so now we have his family